If we were to swipe left and swipe right, as if on a dating app throughout history, we wouldn't find many kings and queens who actually married for love, because marriage in the medieval world was viewed very differently. The creation of an economic unit was perhaps more important than anything else. Most medieval writings about marriage focused on the legitimization of sex and reproduction. Imagine Tinder profiles, but filled with information like your inherited wealth, your land and titles, your class and status, your preserved innocence, and most importantly of all, your ability to have children, and lots of them. It didn't mean that people didn't fall in love. Of course not. It just meant that love wasn't the most important factor in a relationship, which is what makes this medieval monument all the more unique. This is Queen Eleanor's cross and was erected here overlooking Delapré Abbey between 1291 and 1293 in honour of Eleanor of Castile, the wife of Edward I, otherwise known as Edward Longshanks, who was King of England between 1272 and 1307. Now, unlike most medieval kings, Edward remained faithful to Eleanor throughout their 36 years of marriage. Eleanor's cross has strong ties to Delapré Abbey. After Eleanor's death on the 28th of November 1290, Edward I began a long journey to carry her body back to London, where she was buried at Westminster Abbey. By the 11th century, the dead had become more demanding, and monastic sources, they begin referring to the appearance of ghosts. At the time of Eleanor's death, sermons were making it clear that ghosts were returning from purgatory to seek prayers and masses from the living. Edward would have almost certainly believed that through raising memorials to her, he would have helped her on her transcendence to heaven. Now, the march took 12 days, and at every stop en route, Edward ordered a cross to be built in her memory. On the 5th day, they arrived here at Northampton, and it is likely that they rested Eleanor's body here at Delapré Abbey overnight, under the care of the nuns. Charing Cross has in fact taken its name from its very own Eleanor's Cross. Eleanor's Cross would have been seen for miles around, forever reminding us of Edward's undying love for his Eleanor. If only we could all memorialise our love in such a way. A similar such story takes us to one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan, the future Emperor of India, and Mumtaz Mahal met when they were 14 and 15 respectively. While strolling down the Meena Bazaar, Shah Jahan caught a glimpse of a young girl hawking silk and glass beads. If you've ever had that love at first sight feeling, this was it. When his beloved Mumtaz passed away in 1631 as a result of complications while giving birth to their 14th child, he promised he would build the richest memorial to her over her final resting place. Separated by hundreds of years and thousands of miles, the Taj Mahal and Eleanor's Cross are one and the same. Love really can withstand the test of time. Not only does the cross stand as a representation of love, but it also lures us into the world of grief. Edward was absolutely grief-stricken. Reports actually show how Eleanor's death was a turning point in his reign as king. His demeanour hardened, he became bad-tempered and cold in nature. His ruthless reputation began to take hold.
Let me take you to Ghana, where there is a beautiful mythological tale about tackling grief. Our hero is one Kwasi Benefo of the Ashanti people. He is no great fighter or thinker. He's just a normal man with a big heart, tackling life challenges. Over the course of his life, he marries 4 wives, who all pass away. He then embarks on a journey into the underworld. It's a journey which sees him go to the darkest places, which he must tackle his grief head on. He then meets up with his wives who encourage him to be brave and give love another go. Like all good husbands, he takes heed of their words and is able to love once again.
Kwasi Benefo's refusal to be consumed by his grief is a fight that most people can relate to. I can't help but think that for Edward, that was one fight he just couldn't win. Edward's hardened reputation from his wars and his suppression of the Scots is mere but a shadow of his former self. Delapré's connection with Edward Longshanks is not with the historical figure who made kingdoms tremble with fear, but with the man who, through losing his soulmate, just lost his way.